Today is the first day of the biggest project in my entire life, and I can't think of another way to say this, but I'm absolutely myself. Before I load up this trailer with all of my gear, here's why.
This instrument is arguably the finest English romantic organ, not just in the Commonwealth, but in the world. There are many imitations of this instrument, but this is rather Mecca for the English romantic player.
I do congratulate you on turning out such a magnificent organ. I really think it is the finest you have ever built yet. The voicing is superb and the build-up glorious.
It is no exaggeration to describe the Redcliffe organ as the finest high romantic organ ever constructed.
An organ of a unique and highly distinguished character. It is undoubtedly one of the finest romantic organs in the world.
In my previous video, I announced that I'm sampling the organ of St Mary Redcliffe, and after that video went online, I couldn't believe the reaction it received, all saying just how excited you are about this project.
In this corner of the case is a double Opticlide, and it's massive. Do you want to hear just how massive it is? Of course you do, but just before the Opticlide makes you pull ridiculous faces like this, here are the microphones that I'm taking with me. So let's start with my favourite workhorse, the Neumann KM184. I use these microphones for really close miking. You can get a really, really awesome stereo field, like bang, 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 bang. You can hear the pipes over here, over here. The little sister, or big brother, to those microphones are the Neumann KM183. These ones are in omnidirectional. So whereas the 184s actually pick up a very, very direct sound, these pick up a wider field of audio. What are these? Oh, these are the TLM 102s, but they are very similar by all accounts to the sound that the 184s make. They have a slightly brighter sound in my experience. Okay, on to some of my favorite microphones now. We're getting into the really high quality thing here. These are Neumann TLM. You're getting a bit of a feel for this now, aren't you? These are all Neumanns. A Neumann TLM 107. So the great thing about these is they are multi-patterned. Right, well I haven't even opened these ones yet. These are another pair of 107s. I bought another pair of these because I'd rather have more than not enough and come home just regretting not having a pair of microphones in, you know, a little bit nearer the pipes or a little bit further away. Oh yes, I'd forgotten that. So these are second hand actually. They're different colours, but they're exactly the same microphone. Okay, which now leaves me to my favourite microphone. These ones are, I think, the best ones really that you can have for recording organs. The TLM 170. These capture such a warm, accurate sound, highs, mediums and the lows. And if you want to capture an organ faithfully, these ones are the ones I think that to use. So these need to go in the absolute best position where the organ was voiced by Arthur Harrison. So if you imagine these are Arthur Harrison's ears like this, you have to go where he voiced the organ to capture the best sound. That is the microphone array that I'm taking with me. Whether I'll use them all or not, I don't know. Let's see when we arrive in St Mary Redcliffe and when I start setting up. So the next thing I need to do now is put all of this into the trailer and head off to Bristol. Just arrived in Bristol. Just chinked into my accommodation, which is over there. Very nice. I'll certainly be looking forward to that bed when it gets to about 6 or 7 a.m. in a few hours' time. I'm just going to head over to a church now to start unloading. It's actually a film set in there at the minute. So we're going to be working alongside various TV crews and actors, I guess, and all that sort of stuff. So, there it is. Isn't it beautiful? St Mary Redcliffe, everyone. Let's go. Everything is in the building, but nothing's set up yet. Don't quite know exactly where to put the microphones, and that's simply because I don't precisely know where the pipes speak, which way the choir speaks. Does it speak clearer into the chancel, or does it speak behind the organ case over here? So to help me with that, I've got a friend over on the organ bench. So Rob, if you want to hop onto the organ bench, I'm going to ask Rob to play me some notes on, shall we have a listen to the tuba? So it's important for me to know whether the tuba speaks this way into this is called the chancel area, or whether it speaks behind the case into the choir aisle. So Rob, would you mind playing me some notes on that grand tuba, please? So interestingly, it's really clear on this side actually, which is surprising, but it's more rounded on this side. So I guess that might mean that I need to put microphones on both sides of the organ case. It's always better to have more to play with than less, or not enough. I'm going to set up loads of mics on both sides of the case to have lots of audio in multi-track. Then I can play with the audio in post-production. But isn't that tuba fantastic? Big moment, everyone. It's now 8:30 on Monday, the 3rd of June, and all the microphones are now in place. The very close ones, as you can see up here, are the Neumann KM 183s. When I had Rob playing the pipes earlier on, it was surprising actually that the clarity of the pipes is in the aisle here. I didn't expect this at all. It's a really good job. Rob came along and actually impressed some notes for me. So, all the way up there are my Neumann TLM 102s. Those are diaphragm condensers. These are picking up the uncomfortable sound that you wouldn't necessarily want to hear when you're going to an organ recital. But in sampling an organ, you have to record pipes really close. And then in post-production, you can then mix to find a perfect balance between closeness, blend, acoustic, with clarity, diction, and also that stereo field that I mentioned earlier on in the video, the ba 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 ba, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, if that's indeed what we decide to do. Moving down into the front of the nave here, so we haven't yet gone down on the steps. These up here are the Neumann TLM 107. I have to get all my numbers in the right order. 107. Fairly close to the pipes, as you can see, still fairly close, but actually we're now starting to get into the body of the crossing. Actually, these are in these are cardioids, so these are facing forwards. Still, they're not picking anything up from behind. These are still getting the close sound of the organ. These ones here are my favourites. Hello, microphone. How are you? These are the TLM 170. I think the best microphones that Neumann's do, for my money. Not cheap, let me tell you. So these are sort of sitting here, right in the crossing of the church. So there's a beautiful resonance around this part of the church, where I guess you could say this is almost around the sweet spot of the church. These microphones here, which are sitting at the back of the array of microphones, these are the 107s again. The next thing that I need to do now is head over to the console, watching out for all these cables. Health and safety would have an absolute field day. because there are cables everywhere on the floor. All my gear is down there. Head into the console, and this is where the magic is going to happen. This is where I'm going to be sat for, I don't know how many hours. Many hours. So I have on the iPad here, tonight I'm going to record the great, only the great, because it's quite a large division. Oh no, actually some pedal as well. And here is my laptop down here, and I've got my trusty cans. What are they? These are the Bay Dynamics DT770s. Very comfortable and very, very clear. So this is now where I start recording every pipe. Nearly, what, 4,500 pipes? And to record every one 3 times. Each pipe is going to take me about 20 seconds to record. You do the math. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you on the next one where I'll talk about how I sample these stops, what I do, and it's going to be riveting, let me tell you. See you next time. Bye-bye. In this corner of the case is a double ophicleide, and it's massive. Rob, off you go. I did say that it was massive, didn't I?